This guy's flipping his shirt up, showing he has no guns. He wants to show that he's got no weapons on him.
Officer Gunnar Guggens was recently hired by Richmond PD while other California departments were cutting back.
Some of these little kids start yelling out rollers. They're trying to let everybody know that we're coming in.
Last year, Stockton let go of 18 officers, and Oakland laid off 80. But Richmond police have hired 46 officers in the past 2 years. With the surrounding layoffs and a starting salary of $90,000, Police Captain Mark Gagan says the department has received thousands of applications.
If you look at the amount of time and energy and resources it took to hire and retain that employee, to train them, and then to have to let them go, that is a huge loss for those communities, and we have actually made it our gain.
Richmond has the money to hire new officers because a settlement was reached in a tax dispute with Chevron last year. The local oil giant agreed to pay the city $114 million over the next 15 years. Anthony Allen is a local activist who lives in Richmond with his wife and 2 kids. He says it's been months since he's heard gunfire in the neighborhood. But things weren't as quiet when he first moved to the city 6 years ago.
Gunshots every night. My daughters would be afraid, and I would have to tell them that if you hear gunshots, hit the ground. You shouldn't have to, teach your kids those type of things.
Hey, hold on, girls, hold on.
But last year, crime fell 10%, and the number of homicides was cut in half.
Most recently, I've just started to honestly let them go across the street to the park.
Okay, remember I told you about pushing off, right?
Yes, I get it now.
Allen is hopeful, but he also worries the drop could be a fluke.
Just because shots have stopped, the conditions that cause that type of activity still exist. And so those conditions still need to be addressed.
Captain Gagan said the department is committed to keeping the lid on crime. But to do so, police have to build better relations with the community.
There's a real stigma for the uniform, a real suspicion of the badge. If you're not explaining what you're doing and why, people will attribute maliciousness to it, racism.
The new policies are evident during a routine car stop with Officer Guggens. As trained, he was cautious, but respectful.
Hey, what's going on? The reason why I stopped you is your registration's expired. Are you in the midst of taking care of that, or what's going on? Then do you have anything with your name on it? How am I going to identify you?
I'm pretty sure my name.
He may be wanted for something and he's trying to hide his identity, so I want to see maybe if his driver's license is in the car. And then bring your hand behind your back. You're not under arrest or anything, you know that, right? Okay, cool. We'll just go over here. And step up here on the curb and just spread your feet for me for a little bit. You don't have any knives or anything on you?
No, sir.
Okay.
If you tell the driver you're not registered, you're not licensed, this is why I'm doing this search, they understand.
Just based on what's going on here today, I'm going to give you a big break and not write the ticket and tow the car and the whole thing. But you got to promise me that you're not going to drive the car, keep it parked here, and call someone with a license to pick it up. Sound good? Some people may not like us in the job that we do, but they do understand why we're here, and they may not want to admit it or say it, but sometimes they will need our help as well.
This is Mark OLTMANNS, reporting for CNS News.